If you want a tutorial on what celebrities are doing, this is what you want to hear.
Everything was too much, the pressure was too high, and
what goes on in the real lives of celebrities
behind the fame. Hollywire
is bringing you behind the fame.
Hollywire, what is going on? We're on Behind the Fame with JP Saxe. What's up, dude?
I'm doing great. I love the energy turn on. I love the
that?
we're having like the casual conversation. It's relaxed.
Right?
It's like a Monday morning, and then cameras rolling, and we are energetic.
What's up?
100%.
I love it.
Yeah, when I went on normal life, I'm like...
Well, we did say that when we first started chatting that we had to save the interesting stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
arguably we would have gone into this place naturally. We just decided to delay.
You know,
And now
we
here
had to
we
do
are.
it for the people.
For the people.
Gotta do
We
it for the
saved our
people.
energy for
It's
you.
for you guys.
You're so... Is it analytical, critical? Like, I feel like you can like really like pick apart the world and like dissect it and then explain it.
Yeah, I think part of my job is being the kind of human that is very much at the middle ground between an overthinker and an overfeeler, because I have to have all of these feelings, which I think most people do.
Yep.
And then I have to take all of those feelings and overthink those feelings in order to put them in a song that can represent those feelings. So then when you have your feelings, you can think about them a little clearer because of the way I've thought about them and then put them in a song.
Do you guys get that?
Oh
Did
my
you see how
God.
awesome that was?
That was amazing.
Does that make
Amazing.
sense?
Of course.
yes.
And the way you explain
Yes.
it too, like now that I'm looking into your eyes and I can hear you say your feelings and your thoughts at the same time, it clicks.
You're the one
I'm
that's
so
like
glad.
writing the way that people feel, the relatable things, but it's in your own perspective and experiences.
Well,
But-
sure. I'm not having a human experience that's all that different from other people.
Right.
Like I have this song called 25 in Barcelona. And when I first wrote that song, I really did not expect anyone to relate to it because it was such a specific situation. I
Right.
got broken up with right before my birthday, right after her birthday. Her birthday was the worst. Didn't want my birthday to be the worst. Decided to go to Spain, spent a week and a half with my friends in Spain, wrote a song the day after my birthday about her. And then everyone's like, same. I'm like, wait, really?
I
That
need to
is
listen
true.
to that. I haven't listened to that
Wait a
one.
minute. So wait, hold on, slow down here. So did you didn't get to celebrate her birthday
Right.
because you broke up?
Right.
That's so tough in a relationship because you know you've been prepping all year maybe for the birthday
Actually,
gift.
yeah.
Extremely sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
why
is
we
sad.
relate to it. It's
I
sad.
tried to
Yeah.
give myself a better birthday than she would have given me. That was the idea of going to Barcelona.
Oh my gosh.
That led
I
to
love
that
you.
song.
Honestly, I love you.
I love you guys
I'm like
too.
straight. I love you because you're
Aw.
helping it out. Like there is a situation there. And
Well,
the situation is the fact that you didn't. She's not going to get a gift, but this is the gift.
It's loving
Or no,
yourself.
am I wrong?
The
I
gift
mean,
is loving
that
yourself.
whole period of my life was a little bit bizarrely timed in that the few things, which was a love song, came out about a week and a half after the relationship that song is about ended, not by my choosing.
That's tough.
So then I'm in the middle of like promoting a love song that like essentially started my career. I'm getting hundreds of messages a day. The song that came out being like, oh, this song has allowed me to articulate my love for someone in a new way, and I'm so grateful for that. And 99% of me is like, that's amazing. I thank you. Like that's what I've always wanted. And 1% of me is like, please leave me alone. Like go away. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad you're finding love in a song about a love that didn't work for me. Now I'm way past it and much happier. But that whole, there was a whole like, just, can I cuss on this?
Oh, yeah.
I called it shitty serendipity.
That was
Like
such
it was all very serendipitous, but
But
the
I love
shitty
that.
kind.
Yeah, like it ends up being. Oh, it sounds cliche.
And then I
for the
took all of that
best.
openness that I talked about in the few things, and rather than give it to a person, I gave it to my audience, and that's kind of how my career started.
I'm so bad with my terms of serendipity. What does that mean?
It's like serendipitous, like happy, but you didn't know it at the time. It just happens, right?
Yeah, it's like a romantic coincidence.
Yes. Yes.
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to him anytime I have to need to explain something.
There's also a great 90s movie,
what?
What is it?
Serendipity.
So serendipity.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were that. Okay, got it. I haven't seen that.
If I
but-
could
I knew
remember
that one.
actors' names, I would say who they are. I don't remember.
No, I
I'm
knew
sure
it.
everyone watching does.
Serendipity.
I need to watch that.
Yep.
It's good. There's an annoying scene with an elevator, but other than that, love the movie.
That annoying cliche elevator scene.
Yeah, very annoying.
Got it.
They should have just picked the same floor. It would have like circumvented the whole movie. They could have just been in love. I don't know why they had to leave it to chance
Okay,
or to
now I'm-
serendipity, I guess.
Definitely watching this tonight.
Serendipity fans are gonna come after us, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, we know that scene."
Yeah,
They like
yeah.
she puts her phone number in a book and then like sells it to a used bookstore. Maybe it's a piece of money. I'm getting the details
Oh,
wrong, I'm
wow.
sure. But like just give the person your phone number.
Yeah.
I'm all about directness.
That 100%.
If you want
Right.
something, you should like tell someone.
Communicate.
Is that so? That when
Yeah.
you go to a bar, you just ask for the number, right? What's the game plan here?
I've never done that,
Okay,
but yeah, I'm shy,
you're shy.
so I've never done that, and I've been perpetually in. Well, yeah, no, I've never done that.
Never done that.
You ever done that?
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tony's like
You
the
have-
king at that.
Straight for the phone number right away. Because then you might lose them. You might never see them again. I don't know if there's a serendipity in that, but
Yeah.
you know.
Unless you do see them again when you
I'm
didn't
all
talk
about
to them the first
communication.
time.
I'm also all about
Yeah.
communication.
If I can stay in touch, there might be a potential opportunity here.
It's very hard to have a relationship without it.
True.
Yeah.
Essentially impossible.
Right. Okay. Earlier we were talking. Your team was in here. We were talking about performing in like what's the best situation for you to grab them.
Well, right now I'm opening for people for the most part. So people come to the shows not expecting to like me or know anything about me, and just, hopefully coming open-minded. And I'm hoping that we're in a space that allows me to have a conversation and communicate with them. And then if I can do so, then I think the show will be special.
I love that he's saying that he's opening, because like literally we're gonna watch this interview in like 6 months.
know, we're
and
yep.
you're gonna be headlining.
Oh, I'm so
or something.
grateful for your optimism. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Would be ideal.
No, really, Tony has like such a good radar of artists that are just gonna like pop off. Like you're pretty much always right about that, I have to say.
You think I'm a pop off?
Yeah,
Pop off. Oh, yeah, 100%.
off. Like,
yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out your song, a few things.
Do you want to pop off?
Very much so.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Okay, you never know. You never know. Some people don't want to pop off.
I've seen it shared by friends, random people on social media. Like I've never seen a song shared so much. I'm not even kidding. It's like a few things. It's awesome.
What song are we talking about?
A few things.
Okay.
But you kind of already touched on it a little. But you also have your song with Julia Michaels. That's
Right.
amazing.
Thank you.
And being shared a lot as well.
It's been really, really exciting to see people relate to that song.
Yeah.
Because, I've always been a fan of Julia because she's incredible.
She's amazing.
And she shared that song 25 in Barcelona, actually, on her Instagram.
Oh, wow.
And then I thanked her for doing so. And then she said we should write. And then I was like, you can't just say that to me.
That's awesome.
And then we did write. And then the day we met is the day we wrote that song.
I read that on your Instagram.
Yeah, which is still wild to me. And it's probably the fastest, like, from writing to releasing the process has ever been for me.
Totally.
Because we wrote it in July, and now it's out, and people are singing it and hearing it and texting their exes because of it. It's been a real situation.
People are definitely texting their exes because of it. It made me think of my ex.
That was really not what I ever intended or wanted, but
Right.
I guess you don't get to choose your impact.
Right. I feel like you guys kind of had like an instant chemistry with you and Julia. Mm-hmm. Do you need what level of chemistry do you need to write a song like that with another artist? Do you think that has a big impact, or is it just pure talent?
Songwriting is just a conversation with someone who knows how to write songs.
Okay.
So in any conversation, it can be dull and uninteresting, and you don't know where to go. And then sometimes in a conversation, it's like bam, 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 bam. It's just like everyone is just firing all cylinders. It's just you have more to say than you can, and you have more desire to hear what someone has to say than you can. It's just like that's a great conversation. And when two people know how to write songs, like me and Julia do, that conversation is the writing of the song. It's the talking about the situation, and it's just saying things that you're like, oh, that's verse 2. Or like, when Julia said, we're sitting at the piano, and I go, if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? And then she just goes, you'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? And that's just a conversation that we're singing to each other at a piano.
I think
That's
that's a great segue.
mind-blowing.
Hold on. This is a segue. Can we pick up the guitar and can we
Want to hear a bit of it?
Yeah,
for
can we just
segue into it? Yay.
Is that if there was
I already have chills.
Quiet on set, everybody. This is awesome.
I was distracted and in traffic. I didn't feel it when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. Were you out drinking? Were you in the living room chilling, watching television? It's been a year now. Think I figured out how to let you go and let communication die out. I know, we weren't down for forever, and it's fine. I know, we weren't meant for each other, and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? The sky'd be falling and I'd hold you tight. And there wouldn't be a reason why We would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Right. If the world was ending, you would come over, right? Right.
Woo!
A little bit of it.
Oh my gosh.
And then Julia comes
So
in, and that's
insane.
that
I was
was
gonna say, should I
awesome.
sing? No.
I love that because I get to like film at the same time while you were doing that. I love filming people. I have like an obsession with it. That was so cool. I was like, what filter should I use?
Thank you.
That was really awesome.
I mean, it's true. So the first verse was like my experience during the last earthquakes in LA, and the second verse was hers.
Wow. Did it really make you think, like, earthquakes are such a serious thing here in California? Like, did it make you think about who you would want? to
Yes.
have? Yeah.
It did.
I loved when you say right again, like right.
Yeah.
And there's like kind of like this like ghostly sound after like right. And then we want to know right or not, you know.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you watched a TED Talk
Uh-huh.
on heartbreak.
I did do
Can
that.
we please discuss this TED Talk?
Sure.
Okay.
It's
I'm
called
ready.
How to Fix a Broken Heart by Guy Winch. I recommend it to anyone who is brokenhearted or anyone who might be brokenhearted in the future and just wants to prepare.
Right.
Yeah, he says I was watching that, while in that state, and about halfway through he says you cannot allow yourself to look through the photos or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And I was like, strong suggestion, Guy.
My guy.
His name is Guy.
Right.
I know, it's funny too, because like people from Toronto say like Guy. That's like a Torontoism, and his name is Guy. So yeah, then I pulled up the photos and looked through a bunch of them, and it gave me both emotional turmoil and a song.
And a song.
Yeah, and I actually, when that song came out and then started resonating with people, I reached out to Guy and asked if I could interview him, and I did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I haven't put it out yet because we've been editing it, but I did this with the guy who gives
With
that
Guy.
TED Talk.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was you, he was me. I asked him about heartbreak and love and art and how those things all intersect.
Yeah.
I gave him, one of my favorite part of the interview is I picked my favorite lyrics from like different love songs and heartbreak songs and asked him to treat those lyrics as if they were the journals of one of his patients. Wow. He's a psychiatrist. So he analyzed like Ariana Grande's "Thank You Next" as from the perspective of if that is a healthy way to get over a breakup. I also think I used
that
that one is.
one is? Okay.
He was
That's so
proud of Ari
interesting.
for that one. We're all proud of Ari for that.
Yeah, we're
one.
all proud of Ari for that.
And I also read him Rihanna's "Just Gonna Stand Here and Watch Me Burn." Well, that's all right because I like the way it hurts.
That is one of my favorite with Eminem.
Bad suggestions.
Bad suggestions.
We don't
for
want
sure.
that. Songs
No,
aren't suggestions
unhealthy.
usually, but that one he wasn't a fan of.
Okay.
I mean, I think he said something wiser than that about how like we need to like allow our process to be organic or else because we can't fake clarity. I don't know, something along those lines. But
Yeah.
Did you come up with this game? This seems like a game, like a type of format in the interview.
I did, yeah.
I love that.
It was
can we
super
use
fun.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
we're gonna need to
go
like,
for
use
it.
your brain maybe.
That's really good because then you could determine like is this song worth.
But you just need to have like a psychologist / therapist / psychiatrist on here,
Right,
Which
to, like-
I am not.
You're not.
Despite my pretending to be occasionally.
Do we have a game? I think
I was
we have
gonna say,
games.
this
That
is
w-
a-
this is a
I
great
love
time for
games.
Tony kills it with the
Our
segue.
games are not as good though as that,
I'm sure it's a
though.
great game.
No, that is phenomenal because that's like some deep stuff that people can really relate to. Actually, ours can too though.
No, yeah.
Don't knock
Ours
your
are
game.
good.
I just like your game better.
I'm sure it's gonna be a great game. It's not a competition.
It's actually Jana.
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Jana, you invented this game. Let's hear what it is.
Okay, this is called Love or Dump.
Okay.
Haha, on theme. Okay. This is a Canadian thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Hortons.
You just pronounce it again. Say it again.
Tim Hortons? You mean the restaurant?
Tim Hortons.
What is that?
I don't know.
Do you know
But
what Tim
it's
Hortons
Canadian.
is?
Yeah,
It's a thing.
yes.
It's like
I both love Tim Horton and Tim Hortons. Great hockey player, great coffee shop.
okay, so you're a fan.
Fan, love.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay, long distance relationships.
It depends on the person.
Oh my god, I'm having like
Great.
flashbacks.
Sick.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel the same way about long distances I feel about short distance relationships. Functional with the right person, dysfunctional with the wrong one.
God, you're so good.
Why are you? Can you just? I want to like put you in my pocket and like take you around with me in
You have
life.
big pockets.
Okay. Instagram.
Love.
Love.
Yeah, it's a tool.
It's a tool.
And like it allows me to talk to people who I wouldn't ordinarily get to talk to. And I love talking to people.
Totally. Suits.
Like the clothing?
Yes.
I don't really have one. I need to get one.
When you win your first Grammy.
Yeah.
Like your grandpa.
Like your grandfather.
I think I have the function to look. I think I have the possibility of looking good in a suit.
Oh,
yes,
my God.
ginger. I
JP.
mean,
What kind of suit should I
Step
get?
aside.
What's the ginger suit
I'm feeling
capability?
like blacked out, like all black.
All black.
all black.
Fitted or like a little loose? Like what are we
Fitted?
going for?
Fitted.
Pinstripes, black tie, black shirt too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a pin.
Yeah.
Do I get to keep the jewelry?
You could jewelry it up. Yeah.
I would probably wear a suit to the Grammys.
Yes. You're gonna have.
We can't wait till that moment happens. We're gonna be like, we basically picked out his outfit.
I'm giving you the segue, bro. I'm like, I saw you wanted
I
it.
know. We asked you. Your grandpa.
He did. He won a Grammy.
He's like a really good interviewer.
I know,
I'm nervous because you can like interview us with your own questions and like. spit
We
it
can
back
do
out.
that. We can do that after.
Yeah. So
Some like additional content. I love when they do those flip interview things. Like when John Oliver comes on and like interviews like Jon Stewart or whatever.
tell me about the grandpa.
Well, my grandfather was a classical cellist. He was very much my hero, and both musically and philosophically, and he dedicated his life to getting to the absolute subtle nuances of what beauty could be with his instrument. And I'm not a classical musician, but I very much try and take that into the way I approach lyricism and songwriting.
And you have like his.
I inherited his Grammy. I have a Grammy. I didn't win a Grammy, but I own a Grammy.
That's a great thing to look at though, and just like
Yes, it's both incredibly inspiring and intimidating.
intimidating. Yes.
Intimidating when I had it on top of the piano. I had to move it.
Because it's like, I feel like it's a lot of pressure. You're like, okay, like.
But I am going to
know?
put mine next to it one day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%.
Did we have any more questions on the game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I liked the game.
I add some more.
Oh,
No,
you-
go
I
to the
mean-
game. Continue with the game.
Y'all
Okay.
can take turns.
Okay. Music festivals, love or dump?
I've actually never really been to one.
But like, so as an artist, like you obviously play your own shows, whether you're opening or whatever it may be. But music festivals, I hear artists are like, oh, they stress me out because it's not my show. It's not my direct fans.
I have no idea.
You just
No
wouldn't
idea.
I've
know.
never done it.
Okay.
I would love to, though.
You're planning on. You want to though.
For sure.
Okay.
I want to play everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely. Okay, rap music, love or dump?
Love.
Love?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes.
I'm a young person in 2019.
Yeah.
I know, but like
He's
some
got
people
tattoos.
are- Oh, yeah, you do.
He's got tattoos.
I occasionally wear more than one chain. Just
Whoa.
one right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love rap music.
Okay.
Would you ever do a collaboration?
1000%. When people ask me who I want to collaborate with, I say Paul McCartney, Casey Musgraves, Lizzo.
Oh my God, Lizzo and Casey Musgraves. Those were great answers. Like,
I just had Guap Dad 4000 was on my last single. He's a hip hop artist
okay. I was like,
slash rapper slash singer. I don't know. It's like it's a little
Wait,
gray
that's
area
amazing.
right now. No one's like straight up a rapper or straight up a singer. It's pretty like the lines
Right.
are all blurry.
That's cool though that you obviously collaborated with Julia Michaels, so you enjoy collaborating. Some people come and they don't want to do any collaborations, so it's just artists are all different.
Yeah.
Like John Mayer doesn't do collaborations.
Right.
I keep.
He hates friends.
Huh?
I love having friends, and I like to make music with those friends.
Well, let's talk about that because
Yeah.
so because when you came in here, and I was saying that you did this whole thing when you came to LA, and I remember I watched another interview
Okay.
where you moved to Hotel Cafe.
Can I stop you for one
Yeah,
second?
yeah.
I have a collaborative song with John Mayer,
What?
which kind of like circumvents the point. Like John Mayer loves friends. He definitely does. Does he say he doesn't do collaborations?
You collaborate
he
with him?
rarely does.
I
collaborations.
1 degree of separate. Well, yeah, I have a song that he's featured on. I did a song with Snow Allegra.
I
Okay.
love her. I interviewed her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's so great.
We wrote a song together called Under the Influence,
Okay.
which John Mayer features on.
Is his vocals are on it?
He plays guitar on it.
Just the guitar.
Yeah, but he's credited as a
he's
feature.
credited as a feature. Yeah. But I meant like a real verse to verse, like back to back.
He did that song with Katy Perry, and
Yes, but they were
he has that
dating.
song with Taylor Swift.
They were also
I don't mean to
dating.
argue. I'm just like,
He only collaborates with people he's dating, and then he just does it. You know?
But he has like verse.
I'm gonna collaborate with John Mayer. We're not gonna be dating.
I want you
Are
to.
you sure?
I want
Because-
you to.
I mean, I would be down.
I feel like
It's John Mayer.
You know.
I want you to. Now I have so many more things to ask. You've taken-
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just,
Totally fine. Who's your inspiration? Who inspires you?
I mean, mostly my friends.
Friends.
I find like certainly there's people I look to like in the world of songwriting, like people like Casey Musgraves, people like Leon Bridges, Maggie Rogers, who like I'm inspired by what they're doing. But then like mostly it's just the people I'm around every day. It's like my friends I'm on tour with. It's my family. It's my community.
Are you based here in LA now, or you're a Toronto guy?
I live in Los Angeles
You
now.
live in Los Angeles.
There's a great story about like when he first moved here, and I don't know if it's true. You were saying it in an interview about how you moved here and you went to Hotel Cafe and you just like hung out there. Talk to us about that. As like also as an artist who moves to LA, and what's that like?
I mean, I feel like as a young artist, you just surround yourself by other musicians. Like, there might be a little bit of a myth around, like, you're going to make it because someone in the music industry is going to discover you. And I think it's much more about, like, nah, you're going to build community with other artists and other songwriters. And, like, that's your most important connection in what we do. It's not a record executive. It was actually at the Poetry Lounge, which is a poetry venue, not a small poetry venue. It's actually the biggest, largest poetry open mic in the country, Melrose in Fairfax, which I still go to on Tuesday nights. It's still running. It's been going for 20 years.
Wow.
And it was singing at one of those poetry events 5 years ago that a dude heard me and was like, hey, like, I think you have a nice voice. I'd love to introduce you to a friend of mine who is a producer. He goes by The Rascals. I'm expecting a dude in his basement. And 2 days later, I'm in Babyface's studio. And that was kind of the connection that led me into songwriting.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But yes, just being surrounded by other artists,
Yeah.
like at Hotel, like at that place.
And you meet other people that you can write songs with. You hear other stories. It's such a great it's a community of people here in Los Angeles over there.
Totally.
Absolutely.
How did the Charlotte Lawrence happen?
Actually, at Hotel Cafe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She had seen some of my shows. We were friends. She loved that song, The Few Things. I was looking to do a duet version. I texted her, asked her if she wanted to do it. She said, hell yeah. And then she came to the studio the next day and sang it.
So cool.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her music too.
Me too.
Definitely.
So you have a journal too, right? That you write all your songs in? Do you have a journal?
Yeah, I do. I use journaling is a big part of my process, just in that it allows me to just like write stuff without thinking about them being songs. I find if I think like I'm gonna write a song, then it gets a little contrived. But if I just write like what's on my mind, then I use that kind of as the source material that then turns into songs.
What's the journal look like?
It's an app.
Oh, it's an app.
Yeah, it's like synced from my laptop and my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I think one of the most limiting parts for me trying to write a song is trying to write a good song.
Right.
If I try and write a good song, screwed. But if I sit down and just like try and say what is going on, like removing the part of me that's worried about it being of any sort of like worth or value, then it allows me to be sincere.
100%.
And I think that makes the songs a lot more personal.
Definitely, like journal entries, diary
Exactly.
entries.
Like I watched a TED Talk on Heartbreak. He had a smart person accent. He said, don't look through the photos. And then I looked through the photos. Like that's straight up a journal entry.
Yeah.
And then like 25 in Barcelona, like the first verses, I thought you would have called yesterday. I said I didn't want you to, but I still thought you would. I don't know what I expected you to say, but I turned 25 and had in my mind you'd be part of that in some way.
So
like
you just put
journal entry.
On a voice memo? You put it on a voice memo?
I'll write them down.
You
Yeah.
write them down.
Yeah.
Should we start journaling?
I don't know if we can do it this well. I mean, this guy's
So-
got
What did
it
I just
down.
say? I said it's not about the worth or
not
value
about-
of like how good you can do it.
Still
I know.
sounds
It's not
better
about
coming
doing it
from
well.
You were, I think like you just naturally do this. I think if you were to tell somebody else to do it that way, it would
Well, I'm not saying you should do it that way. I could not possibly tell your honesty as well as you could tell your honesty because I don't know what that is.
I agree.
So you could not write my journals as well as me, but I couldn't write
no
your
way.
journals as well as you.
Jana wanted me to write journals, and I was like, I don't know.
I highly recommend it to both of you. Any
I
extra?
do want to start journaling. Like seriously. It's like
Yeah, the app is great. I recommend it. I'll tell you about it after.
Yeah, tell me about it. Okay.
That's
I feel like
awesome.
it's healthy, you know?
It is.
What other game we got here?
Okay, let's do 6-second challenge.
6-second challenge.
Mix it up.
Let's
I
get
feel like
this
he can really handle it.
Okay.
Under 6 seconds. We're gonna try to break records here. You're gonna hear it go off like this, and then you're gonna hear it go off like this, and that means your 6 seconds is done. So you're gonna hear the buzzer first before the 6 seconds starts, and that means to start.
Buzzer to start, buzzer to stop.
Yep.
Noted. And
Noted.
you're gonna ask me a question that I have to answer in 6 seconds.
God, he's good
Right.
at this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think I understand.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm born ready.
go.
Go.
Oh, I go first. Oh my God, I do this every time. It's crazy. Okay, 3 things you need on tour.
Socks, Tylenol, and friends.
Socks, Tylenol, and friends. Love
Really good. That was 4 seconds.
Tight.
that. Okay,
Tylenol. Headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
your go-to first date outfit.
This, I'm wearing it right now.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Wait, what did he say?
He said this. I'm wearing it right now.
Really? It's good.
Yeah, you really dressed up for me and Tony.
And we're on a date, guys.
Okay, 3 favorite venues you've performed at.
The Fonda, Hotel Cafe, the Poetry Lounge.
Love it.
What was the last one?
Poetry Lounge.
Poetry
Lounge.
Cool. They're all here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I live in Los Angeles.
That's awesome.
Okay. Your go-to coffee order. Go.
Coffee.
Just coffee?
Yeah, black. Nothing
That
in
was
it.
1 second. He got
Just
that in
black
1 second.
coffee.
Same here though. I go just black coffee also.
Ugh, you guys are.
I love good black coffee.
Coconut milk if they have it.
Okay. Okay. Got a preference of milk.
It's like part like very like basic and part super bougie.
Right.
Do you
I'm a-
drink cold brew?
Yeah,
Okay.
love that.
I love a good cold brew.
Yep. Cold
I'm very bougie actually with my coffee now thinking about it. I
Yeah, I
don't
was
do
like,
Starbucks
I feel like
at
you're a
all.
coffee snob.
Do you just we don't need to
Yeah, I
backstart.
do.
You do Starbucks.
I do it. I do it too.
You do Starbucks.
I like Starbucks.
You do.
Also very socially responsible company.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that about them too. I don't know enough about coffee to like know if it's good or bad coffee. I had breakfast with my mom this morning and she said the coffee was bad and I had no idea.
Oh, I had horrible coffee at the airport this morning. Oh my god. It was
Wait,
bad.
does your mom live in Los Angeles?
In Toronto.
In Toronto? She's here visiting?
Yeah, she just left today.
Hi, Mom. Bye, Mom.
Hi mom, bye mom.
Bye, Mom.
Last
Okay,
6
next
seconds
one,
here?
you ready?
Yep.
3 things you look for in a girl.
Intelligence, ambition, kindness.
Dang. He has his stuff.
Yeah, he's killing the 6 second challenge. Should we make it 3
Crushed
seconds?
it. Should we lower the seconds for you?
We have more?
Nope, that's all I have.
Awesome. I want to talk about
What are your 3?
3 what?
That's a good question. 3
That we
things you look for in
in
a
our
person.
significant other?
Yeah.
All right,
Tony.
you first, Jana.
Okay, you first. Loyalty.
That's a good one.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
A sense of humor is very big for me. And can I say like intelligence and kindness like mixed together?
You can say 4.
Okay, well that's it. Yeah. Smart people really
You are
are.
worth 4 qualities
Thank
in
you.
a person.
Thank you.
Mine might come off as superficial,
Why is not surprised?
but I really envy mine. I love mine. My number 1 is pheromones. I'm
Tony.
huge.
Yeah.
You need a natural
Pheromones.
connection.
I have got to like be, and like we have got to have this smell thing going on.
But can't you like artificially create a smell thing?
No, it's
No.
like you have to just like find them and
Yeah.
like it just happens, you know?
You smell.
You
You
know
like
it.
their worst smell. Like when they smell bad, you enjoy it.
Not off the top.
Not off the
Not
top,
off
but
the
it's a
top.
natural
I
thing.
mean-
It kind of like
I-
naturally gets in. Not off the
I
top.
think from
Definitely
at the
not.
beginning you like the Le Labo Diptyque cologne they have chosen to purchase. At the
Maybe.
beginning you're responding to choices.
They can lure me in.
Give it like 2 months, then you're smelling their armpits.
Then I'm yeah.
Totally.
Definitely. I'm just getting at what I have a full spectrum.
Okay, but hypothetical
you
situation.
have 2 more. I'm
Okay,
oh,
okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Wait, no, I want to hear
I can
this.
pose this to both of you.
Okay.
So you're madly in love with someone. Like you,
Yes.
this is the person. They're the one. They tick every box. You feel unbelievable around them. You hate the smell of their armpits. What do you do?
Oh, that's tough.
You got to deal with it for a couple of years, and then you can end it.
And then you.
No, you gotta tell. I would just tell them, right? I don't know though.
No,
If
you have to deal
I
with
don't know
it.
if I could do it. I don't know.
I
don't
deal
know,
with
I
it.
don't
I've
know.
dealt with it one time for like 2 years, and then I
Really?
just kind of like slowly.
It's
got over
never actually.
it. I'm not good with ending it. I'll stick through it when I'm not liking it for like a long time, and just for the pain and suffering, and
Which
then
is a
and
whole
to help
other-
everybody else. I'll take the pain. I'll help.
Yeah.
I'll take all the pain.
Yeah, Tony has this thing that maybe you actually. I would love for him to like comment
me
on
out.
this.
Yeah.
Tony has this thing where it's like humans love pain. Like we're attracted to things that we know are gonna hurt us, which is like, I actually like believe you, but at the same time, you want happiness. So like you're not searching for like the F boy or the F girl that's gonna like F you over. But at the same time,
It's really a challenge.
we like it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're looking for people who hurt you.
But we don't want them to.
It's my own problem. Obviously it's my own problem. I don't. She obviously doesn't understand that it's my problem that I'm dealing with here.
Well, I feel like it's my problem too after, you know, the last few.
Therapist.
JP.
I mean, look, I can give you some emails. I know some great therapists I can recommend.
Your songs help us out.
No,
Good.
they do.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's honestly what
it's
it's at.
cool that music can like, even the saddest songs can make you feel better because you feel like the person that wrote it also went through it and then you just like connect to them. And I think that's really cool about you specifically and other artists that do it. But
Yeah. I mean, for me, when I did that, it was more of a control thing. Because, like, if I was being hurt by someone else, then I felt like I could control that. But if I gave myself the capacity to hurt someone, then it was out of my control. And that was scarier to me than
Yeah,
the
I'd
alternative.
rather get hurt than hurt somebody else. That happens every time in a relationship.
Hmm.
Like I always hurt myself before and I make sure that happens. That's like a trigger I have.
Right.
Like it's like if I find out I might potentially hurt them, I'll just hurt myself first, and then I know I'll be in pain.
But that might actually hurt them.
It might hurt them. God damn.
Yeah,
It's
when
a
you
big
hurt yourself, you
circle.
hurt
It's a
them.
circle
Yeah.
of problems.
It's all very challenging. People are super complicated,
Yeah.
and we
People
just
are
happen to
really
also be them. So we're complicated.
yeah.
Right. Are you in? This is kind of personal, so like, you can throw it away. But are you like you had a bad breakup? How did you move on from that personally? Obviously, your songs, your songwriting, yes, we know. But you know, what is your like? Give me some heartbreak remedies.
I tried to find intimate relationships in my friendships. Like really leaned into prioritizing my community and my friendships in the ways that I thought I could only do with a partner. Because like those sort of intimate connections can come in all kinds of different forms.
Yeah.
But it took a while.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really rush those things.
Right.
And I don't think. I mean, singing songs about those memories definitely made it a little bit more challenging.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am on the other side of it. It does get better.
It gets better.
Yeah.
Good.
But we
Yes.
we
I mean, especially if you're broken up with, like, love, like, without question is better when it's a love that wants you back. So even if it was an amazing relationship and that you miss, it can always get better than someone who wasn't choosing you.
So true.
That's
That's
awesome
it.
to end on. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
that's like-
I was
that's
waiting
it.
for that. I was like, yes, he's gonna give us the best thing ever. We can end
That
on.
was really good.
JP, you're amazing.
Thanks for having me,
Thank
guys.
you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate
You're so
it.
awesome.
You're awesome. I was gonna ask him what his favorite emoji was.
Probably the ginger dude.
I was gonna say. It's right here. I have it. Ginger dude. The ginger
Yeah.
emoji dude. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye. See you later.
Bye.